when my daughter-in-law, Anna, slammed the front door behind me and said, "You need to leave. This isn't your home anymore." I felt a sharp sting that went deeper than just words. I didn't expect that from my own family, from the woman who married my son and vowed to love and respect me like a mother. I stood there with my suitcase in hand, shocked but quietly furious. This house, the home my late husband and I built with so much sweat and sacrifice, was suddenly no longer mine to stay in. And just like that, I was cast out. It didn't happen overnight. I remember when Michael and Anna first moved in together. I was so happy to see my son starting a family. I sold my little apartment and moved in with them, thinking we'd share laughs, meals, and love. I took care of their children, cooked their meals, and kept the house running. I gave everything, my time, my patience, and even my retirement savings to help with the bills. I believed family meant forever. But slowly, Anna's kindness turned cold. She began to resent me. The small compliments disappeared, replaced by sharp looks and harsh words behind my back. I remember the night Michael was late from work and Anna whispered to me, "You're not welcome here anymore. You're just a burden." My heart broke, but I stayed silent, hoping Michael would protect me. But he never did. And then, one morning, Anna told me to pack my bags and leave. She didn't even ask, she demanded. It felt like a nightmare, a cruel betrayal by the people I loved most. Justice must be restored. You won't believe what I did next. Before we continue, please subscribe and comment where you're watching from. I want to hear your stories too. That night in the cheap motel, I lay awake thinking about everything I had given that family. 7 years of paying $1,300 every month for the mortgage, utilities, groceries, and the kids' school fees. I did the math quietly. $1,300 times 84 months. That's nearly $110,000 I had poured into that house and their lives. And for what? To be kicked out like an unwanted guest. I knew Anna and Michael relied on me more than they realized, especially Anna. She never worked full-time, depended on me to keep the house running, to pay the bills, and even to cover their credit card minimum payments when times got tight. The truth was, without my money and support, their perfect little life would start to unravel. I made my move carefully the next day. First, I called the utility companies. Calm and polite, I told them, "I am no longer responsible for the payments on this property. Please suspend all services effective immediately." It felt surreal hearing the customer service reps confirm the disconnections. Next, I called the bank, the credit card companies, and even the internet provider. By evening, the house was plunged into darkness. No heat, no electricity, no internet. My phone exploded with frantic messages from Anna. "Why are the lights out? Michael, Mom is messing with us." She didn't know I was reading every word, smiling to myself. I stayed silent. Anna's panic was delicious. I knew she'd try to reach Michael next, but he was already starting to question things. The cracks had begun. My first strike was quiet, but it was just the beginning of the storm I was about to unleash. Anna's messages kept coming, each one more desperate and angry than the last. One afternoon, Michael called me, his voice tight with frustration. "Mom, Anna says you're trying to ruin us. She told me you don't belong in our lives anymore, that you're just some old burden who never really fit in." Hearing those words crushed me, but Anna herself called. Her tone was dripping with condescension. "You think you can just take away everything from us? Maybe you don't understand how things work in our world. You've been lucky so far, but don't push it." I smiled quietly to myself. "Anna, I want what's best for everyone," I said softly. "If you want, I can help sort out the bills and make things easier for you." She scoffed. "Fine. Show me you're serious. Otherwise, you're finished." I agreed, but inside I was setting my trap. I knew Anna loved to brag and keep secrets, so I began collecting every text, every email where she was careless. Insults, lies, demands. I arranged a meeting, pretending to cooperate, while secretly planning the moment when all her cruelty would be laid bare for everyone to see. I invited Michael and Anna to a small dinner party at a friend's house, making it sound like a casual family get-together to smooth things over. Anna agreed, eager to show off and keep up appearances. What she didn't know was that I had prepared carefully for this night. As everyone settled, I pulled out my phone and calmly started sharing screenshots of Anna's cruel texts. The ones where she called me a liability, where she complained about paying bills, and even the messages demanding I leave the house immediately. I had also gathered bank statements showing how much I had quietly paid to keep the household running, while Anna pretended she was the one in control. The room grew tense. Michael's face paled as he read the messages, realizing how blind he had been. Other friends and family looked at Anna with shock and disbelief. She tried to interrupt, tried to lie her way out, but the evidence was undeniable. I looked directly at Anna and said with calm finality, "Enjoy the consequences." Then I stood up, smiled gently, and left the room with my head held high. The truth was out, and justice was finally served. Not with loud drama, but with undeniable facts and silent strength. After the dinner, everything changed. Michael began distancing himself from Anna, realizing how much she had manipulated him. Anna's friends stopped answering her calls, and the whispers at work made her days miserable. The couple's credit was frozen when the bank questioned the unpaid bills and ownership documents I had revealed. Their social circle turned cold. People who once praised Anna now looked at her with suspicion. One afternoon, Anna showed up at my door, her eyes swollen from crying. "Please, I'm sorry," she begged, her voice trembling. "I didn't mean to hurt you. Can we talk? Can we fix this?" But I had already rebuilt my strength. I looked her straight in the eyes and said, "No, you chose this path. Now live with it." Later, Michael called too, confused and torn. I told him firmly, "I love you, but respect is not optional. Until you stand up for me, I can't be part of this family." For the first time in years, I felt in control again. The damage Anna caused was real, but so was my refusal to be broken. Without Anna's toxicity weighing me down, I finally started to breathe again. I moved into a cozy little apartment, one I could truly call mine. For the first time in years, I focused on myself, going to morning walks, reconnecting with old friends, and even taking art classes I had once dreamed of. Financially, I stabilized. The money I once spent on that broken household was now mine to manage wisely. But what truly healed me was the found family I built. People who accepted me for who I was, without judgment or strings attached. My neighbor, Sarah, became like a daughter. We cooked together, shared stories, and laughed until our sides hurt. My old friend Mark checked on me every week, reminding me that family is not just blood, but love and respect. For the first time in a long time, I felt safe, loved, and valued. The house I lost was just a building, but this new life was my real home. Months later, I heard through the grapevine that Anna and Michael were still struggling. Anna's reputation damaged beyond repair, and Michael trying to pick up the pieces of his broken life. They were no longer the perfect family they pretended to be. Meanwhile, I sit peacefully in my sunlit kitchen, sipping a warm cup of tea, surrounded by friends who truly care. Simple moments like this remind me of how far I've come, from betrayal and pain to healing and strength. If you found justice here, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. For another story like this, click here. Remember, real family doesn't come with a price tag. It's built on love, respect, and kindness.